guys, welcome to 𝑑𝑗𝑚𝑪𝑮𝑳 Trio featuring our Alolan Dugtrio from Surging Sparks with the Trio Chiho attack, hitting 120 damage for 0 energy if you have exactly 3 cards in your hand. Opening this card with our baby Dogi with Luminous and Hops Cramorant as an additional 0 energy attacker. We also have one Munkidori for the damage transfer, one Azelf to do big damage late game with Neurokinesis, hitting 10 base damage plus 10 more for each damage counter on all of our opponent's Pokemon combined for 1 Psychic and 1 Colorless. We've also got one Counter Gain for Azelf, one Counter Catcher, one Boss and one Prime Catcher for the Gust, 3 Lucian, 3 Judge, 2 Drasna, and 2 Surfer for the draw support, along with 1 𝑑𝑚𝑪𝑮𝑳, 2 Dudunsparce and 1 Pokegear, 1 Kieran for the damage burst or switch, and 1 Earthen Vessel with 4 luminous and 4 basic fighting energies. So that's all for the deck list. Now let's go for some gameplay and see how well this deck works. Okay, let's go for our first game with 𝑽𝒊𝒐𝒂𝒓𝒍𝒂𝒐 Trio, featuring our Goldilocks free energy attacker with Okidogi and Hops Cramorant, Hops Snorlax and the shebang. We got no Zacian, but we got our Postwick, Hops Choice Band with that one Snorlax. So for us to play Trio Chiho, we obviously need exactly 3 cards in our hand, and we got our choice supporters to satisfy the condition. We got Lucian to basically give us 3 cards in our hand if we flip a tails. We got Judge to cut our hand down to 4 by shuffling back and drawing 4 cards. We got Drasna as well. If we flip a heads though with Lucian or Drasna, we might have to put cards back into the deck or discard them from our hand until we have 3 cards remaining. So eventually I decided to remove Academy. You could actually add Academy at night to help you satisfy your Dugtrio's condition for you to hit 120 damage for 0 energy. 120 is not bad. We are doing bit by bit, chipping off at their stage 2 EXs. We're obviously not doing a lot of damage, but we got our late game strat. We got our slight HP boost for Okidogi as well. So Cramorant can do a max of 210 damage. Now that we got only only 2 Postwick, it may only be able to hit a max of 180 at some point in the game. So if your opponent doesn't have exactly 3 or 4 prize card remaining, Cramorant does not get to use his attack. I mean, you still can use the attack, but you're doing 0 damage with it, obviously. So now we are up against Serena. They're actually playing Terra Serena with Brood Bonnet and Munkidori, but couldn't somehow bench their Bonsweet early. Because we're playing 4 Nest Ball, 3 Poffin, I suppose. We got Artazon as well. I think for the next game we got the Academy. For this game though, we're sticking to Artazon. So it really comes down to personal preference. I prefer the Artazon because sometimes I don't get my basics. We're only doing 2 copies now. We got only 2 Alolan Diglett and Alolan Dugtrio. So it's not really that easy to pull them out. We got 4 Ultra Ball though. No more Drayton, because Drayton actually demands you to play 3 copies of Evolution. Otherwise you're not going to get anything with your Drayton. If you're not getting your Evolutions, might as well not play it at all. Unless if you're searching for your basic supports, or if you're doing like a Ogerpon EX, like a basic EX deck, then it's a whole different story. But anyways, now we're up against Munkidori. They got the Dory in the active already charged up. I think they're going to do Luminous on the next turn as well. And they just roofied our Dogi. Now we are down to 0 energy for the dog. We got our Diglett bench though. I think it was a bit of a late bench for this game. We're going to evolve on next turn hopefully. We don't have a draw support. I'm just now realizing that we're kind of stuck for this turn, unfortunately, because we got the boss instead of our draw supporters. Hopefully we get either Ultra Ball or the Dunsparce at least. I'm not sure why they're taking so long to decide. Really sorry about that. But we just top deck a Lucian because we got quite a lot of supporters, to be fair. We have a total of 10 supporters to draw cards with, excluding our boss and Kieran, with 1 Pokegear in addition to the 𝑑𝑚𝑪𝑮𝑳 and the Dunsparce draw. So 𝑑𝑚𝑪𝑮𝑳 is kind of our effective go-to for basic supports, but you lose 2 prize if your opponent take it out early. If your opponent take it out late game as well, they might actually win. You might actually give them the win condition by playing your flip the script ability uh, before taking a last prize, passing the turn. If you don't win a game after playing your Serendipity, they might just collect the last 2 remaining prizes with the boss. That's what I'm trying to say. But anyways, back to the game. Now we're gonna do Ultra for the Dugtrio and Surfer to push it into the active for us to play our Trio Chiho. We do have to remove cards from our hand down to 3 though, because we're drawing until we have 5 cards. I think we're doing the retreat. Oh, we played our supporter already. My bad. We played Lucian and flipped the heads. So now we're gonna retreat with the Cramorant onto our Dugtrio, get our first KO, draw the first prize with Trio Chiho, and they still don't have the Bond Suite, so we're kind of getting a huge head start here, but oh well. If they did a poison with Perilous Jungle, we got Munkidori, so important to remember to play the ability as early as you can. Every time you are doing a Dory deck, make sure to play, especially for a free energy attacker, if you want to be attaching your Luminous. If you got the Luminous, you could actually attach it to your Dory from the get-go. It's better that way, just because if they play like Budew or whatever, we are resistant to grass Pokemons though, so Budew does 0 damage to your Diglett. But if you have something else in the active, they play Budew. If they play any attackers with special effects that doesn't do enough to knock you out, you could actually transfer them early, helping you do extra damage with your Dugtrio, essentially, right? And then you got your damage boost with your Hop's Choice Band later. It could actually add up for the KO. If it doesn't, we got Azelf. We got our Okidogi to tank damage as well, but we're not doing a Bravery Charm for the Dogi though. We don't have �𝑑𝑗𝑐𝒑𝑒 for it as well. So 230 is enough HP, I feel, for a basic. It's kind of the same as a basic EX. If they can manage to hit 230 for 1 hit, they are only taking 1 prize anyways, but you are forced to attach another Luminous for your second Okidogi if you want to be attacking with the second one. We do have that 1 Night Stretcher to get it out from the discard pile if our second one got prized. So we want to be attacking with our Cramorant with the Hop's Choice Band while charging up our Okidogi on the bench, or even our Dugtrio in the active, and then attaching energy onto our Azelf. We can also play Counter Gain for Snorlax if we don't get the Hop's Choice Band for it. Snorlax can also do damage, but make sure not to attack twice with it because it's actually hitting itself. If you don't have Munkidori, if you don't play it in the right, if you don't play its ability at the right time, it might actually knock itself out for your second hit. So Snorlax is doing 80 damage recoil each time it attacks for 140 damage for 3 colorless. Is doing 170 damage if its ability is activated, if you're not up against like Fluttermane or 𝑘𝒓𝒄𝑠𝒄𝑒 or whatever they have. If they don't play Watchtower, then we should be able to hit 170 or 200 at least with our Choice Band. If we got the Postwick as well, we have our Stadium card to remove Watchtower, but we're not playing that many anymore because we need the Counter Catcher. If you can find the space to add 1 more Stadium, I highly recommend Academy for Dugtrio to attack easier. Because sometimes you might actually get stuck not being able to do any damage with your Dugtrio if you don't have exactly 3 cards in your hand. So coming back to the train of thought earlier, I think we were talking about Snorlax hitting itself. So if you play Munkidori, if you're transferring 3 damage counter from your Snorlax after it hits 80 damage on its own fat belly, then you could actually do the tackle a second time for 140 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30, as we know how Hop's deck goes. And then hopefully that gives you your second knockout or your third knockout. Enough damage for you to finish off those Pokemons, because 120 is not a lot with your Dugtrio, but it does give you enough time to charge up your next attacker for big damage. And we also have the option of adding 30 more damage with our Kieran. Let's not forget, if we don't need it for the switch, we're not playing the black belt, we're doing Kieran instead. So if you need that extra 10, you might be screwed, but I don't think we do though. Right, 40 plus 40 versus plus 30. I don't know which is better, but Obviously, having the switch option is a lot more versatile, and I kind of prefer that. So now we're gonna do our second KO right here, getting our second prize by removing the Brood Bonnet. So killing off their bonnet with the tool card attached is kind of a big deal because it's not really that easy to search for their capsule. They need the Town Star. They're playing Perilous Jungle, so they can't really do Town Star along with it. So they might have Arven instead. I'm not sure. Treasure Tracker is the only other way you can search for your tool cards. Except maybe a supporter like Petrol could actually dig for it with your Drayton as well. But yeah, there isn't really many ways to get your capsule. Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. So now they're gonna do Icicle Soul. If they got another energy, if they got a supporter card, they can draw out the energy to play Trop Kick for the KO, while also recovering 30 damage and all special conditions. So the recovery is definitely going to help them here, and we actually miss one turn not doing damage on the Serena, which is a huge shame because it's actually weak towards metal. So what we should have done on our next turn is basically just evolve the Dunsparce and attach the Counter Gain onto whichever Pokemon we want. We don't have Azelf in play, so maybe we should be attaching the Gain on the Dunsparce, and then we can shuffle it back, So we should not be playing the Judge. I kind of overestimate myself, or maybe not play the Stadium and then play the Judge. So we kind of forgot about the condition here, and now we're forced to play the Dunsparce to draw 3 more cards so that hopefully we get the Ultra Ball. I think for this game we only are doing we're only doing 3 copies of the Ultra as well. So it's gonna be impossible at this point to drop cards from our hand down to 3. So this is the first couple tries with Dugtrio. Don't judge me, I made a few mistakes. Or rather, I'm not really too familiar with the deck yet, while playing with it. Because you kind of need enough experience with the deck build for you to make the right decision sometimes, to play with just the right amount of confidence, not too much, not too little. Don't be too afraid to take risks, but obviously don't make dumb decisions. Don't take unnecessary risks like we did on our last turn, unfortunately, by playing the Judge. But oh well. Lemonades have to be made, I guess. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna end the voiceover right here and leave you guys to focus on the game. Don't want to bore you guys with my voice too much. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you find this combo interesting, drop comments down below about the potential of Alolan Dugtrio and what other combos you think would actually be successful against the current meta. We'll see you next time. Have a great day and bye everyone!